All right, group, I think we're ready to get started.
All right.
Wow, look at this. Welcome to Denver. I gotta tell you, this truly does give me the chills. Honestly, I get goosebumps right now. Remembering when we were all sitting around a little table, having meetings with the three of us, Jim, my dad, and I, going, are we going to sell any stores? I'm not sure. I'm a little worried here. So I just wanted to play this really quick as kind of a recap, or kind of a blast from the past. We did this and showed this last year, but I thought it was pretty applicable to show again today.
Clothes Mentor. Our business model is proven. Our products are in vogue. Our growth prospects are real. Our time is now. In just 4 years since 2007, Clothes Mentor grew from 2 stores in Ohio to 45 stores in 22 states. This explosive growth came during a time when the economy didn't favor startup businesses. We defied the trend by franchising stores in Ohio, Illinois, and Indiana, eventually expanding to 9 stores that generated more than $5 million in sales by 2008. That's a sales gain of 20% over the previous year. Just 2 years later, both our store count and our sales had quadrupled. And this year, first quarter sales alone were up 10% over the same period last year. In January, Clothes Mentor was ranked number 409 among the top 500 franchises in the U.S. by Entrepreneur magazine, in which editor Amy Cosper said, "This marks an exciting new beginning. We celebrate you and your accomplishments." And in March, we were among the firms featured in Entrepreneur magazine's Rise of the Newcomers, which highlighted young, dynamic, and fast-growing businesses. Author Tracy Stapp said, "Clothes Mentor weathered one of the toughest periods franchising has ever faced and proved that they can compete with the big boys." Tracy is right. We faced an uphill struggle during a challenging time, and yet we still grew stronger and more capable. Our time is now to meet increased demand from an ever-growing potential clientele pool who are looking for the best possible value. Our time is now to meet the competition head-on and attract new upscale customers to the Clothes Mentor experience. Our time is now to capture new market share and prove beyond a doubt that Clothes Mentor is a force to be reckoned with. Our time is now to reap the financial rewards that few of our competitors can realize. Clothes Mentor. Our time is now.
All right.
So who thinks our time is still now?
Yay!
It's now.
It is now, and it's actually better than ever. I mean, when you look at that being a year old and look at where we are today, is pretty fantastic. And not only is it because of, well, number one, Lynn and Dennis, obviously. We'll be hearing from them a little bit here, but it really is because of you guys, honestly. That's why we're here, and that is why it's our time. It's for all of you that have stepped up to the plate, taken the risk, made the commitment, both energetically and financially, to make this thing happen and continue to do and grow where we're growing. As a matter of fact, back then we were 409. Right now we're 329 in the top 500. And we'll see what's going to be next. Total sales volume has doubled since a year ago. And so it's really awesome. It's really awesome. It's great to see you all here. Thank you for taking the time and effort and commitment to be here. I want to take a minute just to have everyone say a prayer for one of our newest franchisees, Kim Lawler. who was just recently deployed to Afghanistan for another year stint. She left, when was it, June? June 11th.
Bahrain.
In Bahrain, okay. So anyways, just want to make sure that we all keep her in our thoughts and prayers as we go through the week. It's pretty exciting that we're in Denver, right? Does anyone miss Minneapolis? I do. Honestly, so why do you think we came to Denver? Anyone have a guess? Well, number one, we did take a poll on the Brand Connection. Denver was voted. Number two, really, for us Minnesotans, we had to get out of what we're starting to call Loserville, USA. Because when the Twins lose, and the Vikings lose, and the Wild lose, and the Wolves lose, we had to get out of here. It's really embarrassing. So, but, especially as a Viking season ticket holder, right? Yeah, right. We need something. But anyway, we wanted to get out of Minneapolis. It's a fresh taste. Denver, centrally located, beautiful city. I didn't expect it to be this warm, but it is what it is. So, anyways, that's why we are in Denver. I also want to say I see a lot of new faces. And one of the things I've struggled with as we've grown, it was a lot easier when there were only 19 people or 18 people and 4 or 5 managers, whatever the numbers were back then. So I see lots of new faces, so I want to be sure that we get to know each other throughout the week, so do not hesitate to come up, introduce yourself, talk to me, sit down. Obviously I'm going to be around all week, so don't hesitate to introduce yourself. So where are we today? Here's where we're at. This is where we currently sit as far as our regional map breakdown goes, as far as the number of stores. So I'll get to it in a minute, but you can see right now, Laura has pretty much what's considered the East region, which is 19 open, 33 coming.
Wow.
And Jenny's got the East region, or the West region right now with 33 open and 10 coming. The one thing is, and some of you may know this, don't get too comfortable with your regional operations managers. I know it's frustrating. I've been through it. I've done it. I can't tell you how many times in my Play-Doh's days as they were growing and we were revising this map constantly, consistently. When I came into Play-Doh's, I think there was 30 stores. When I left, it was like close to 200. So, you're constantly revising this, and that's what we're going to continue to do. One of the things I want to assure you of is we are going to grow our staff. They can't do it all. And you know what's awesome? Here's my best students. They're all in the front row. But they've done a great job, and we're really excited about where we're going to go. We understand that we need to grow this system and grow our staff, and we can't grow the system without growing our staff. So, with that being said, I want to make a couple introductions. Ron Olson, my father, our president, CEO, is seated over there. You'll be hearing from him in a minute. I'm Chad Olson. We also have Jim Woman over there running the meeting. You'll hear from him too. We'll try to keep him short if we can. We also have Laura Thuringer, our Senior Operations Manager. And East Coast. We also have Jenny Mann, our Regional Operations Manager for the West Coast, and our Marketing Specialist and some other things that we're taking off her plate slowly but surely. We also have Ann Beauclair, one of our new store coordinators. Courtney Holmer has just recently been promoted to a new store coordinator. And so she just was promoted like really recently, which is really exciting. Friday. Yeah, well, we figured we had to assure you guys of support, right? We're continuing to do that, and obviously we're continuing to use our corporate store to facilitate managers, assistant managers, and continue to move them up through the ranks so that obviously our goal is, as we're putting people into the field to come and open stores, visit stores, that they know how to run a store. It's a novel idea, right? And we'll continue to do that. The other thing we're doing is we're growing. I'll talk about it here in a second, but we're also using, franchising today has changed. I remember back in the day, whether it was Grover's, Windmark, et cetera, that you would rely on everything being in-house. Franchising has evolved today that we can utilize all the different resources out there with third-party vendors. We don't have to have everything in our office. How many of you have seen our office? It's not very big, right? And we don't need it to be big. Maybe someday we'll have to, but right now we're confident in the way it's working that we can continue to utilize it. Technology is great. We've got these little wonderful iPhones and iPads and everything like that that really helps us to assist you. So 2011 was awesome. Not only did we open a lot of stores that Jim will talk about, but we had a sales increase of 11% with stores year over year. That's pretty darn good in this retail economic environment. First quarter 2012, we were up 37%. Stores that had full year comp store sales. That's amazing. Who thinks we can continue it? It's going to be tough, and we got stores out there that are doing over 40%. You'll see in the awards ceremony on some of these stores that are just off the charts. I mean, it's amazing to see, and not only it's being done on high volume too, which is extremely impressive to go to that. To go to that next level, we boosted our average store sales to $625,000. Which is great. We want higher. We want to get to where everyone wants to be $1 million store, right?
Yes.
And that's what you'll hear April talking about throughout the week, and everybody else. POS improvements, you're going to hear about where we're going with the Resale One software program. They've done a fabulous job getting us to where we are today. It's reliable, it's working great, and the cool thing is with these guys sitting right here is that we're working with them to continually evolve the system and make it better with the Blums and Justin and everybody else there in Columbus. So I want to give a big round of applause for Resale One. And we're building our vendor support, which is really going to be the strength, and as we move forward into 2012 and dealing with Quarter Ton Productions, who's working on our TV commercials. We have a new fixture vendor that you guys will get to meet this week in SC Datsun that we've had really, really good success with so far. It's been a tough transition moving away from design environments, and nothing against them. We like them. We like what they did. We like how they operate. Nothing against Eric or Willis. Bottom line is we need to go to the next level and become separate. And that was the biggest reason for that change. And also for the fact that they do everything on site. They design, they manufacture, they do it all right there in Appleton, Wisconsin. So we're not getting stuff from here, there, up, down, everywhere. It's been a transition. We've had some rocky spots, but I think we're in a really good, happy place right now with them, and we're really super excited to continue to move forward with them. So you'll get a chance to meet Colin, one of the owners, Troy, our lead sales guy. Are they bringing anyone else, or is it just Troy and Colin?
Just Troy and Colin.
Yeah, okay. That's what I figured. Jim's going to talk about our new mapping company. We just brought on board in Teleview. So that we can demographically and psychographically map out all the markets throughout the country, and Jim will talk about that. And then also continued support from Jay Miller Marketing. She's continuing to evolve with us, and I heard quite a few stats from the Plato's conference last month, and the success she's having that there, and with Plato's, and she's continued to bring that to us as well. 2012, 2013, 2014, 15, where are we going to be? Where are we going to go? We need to stay focused in developing our brand. Super important. We are growing. How many Discovery Days, Jim, coming up?
A week from Friday, we have 6 groups in, and July 20th, we have another 3 groups in so far. It's probably going to be larger than that.
So it's not slowing down, which is really exciting. Our store size is growing. That's the other exciting part that's going to happen in the next 2 to 3, 4, 5 years as our leases are coming up. Who's trying to renegotiate a lease right now? Nobody yet. We are. And what's going to happen, and I've seen it with both Once Upon and Plato's, that as leases come up and sales volume grow, store size grows, which is a natural. I mean, we all know that you can't do $2.5 million out of 2,800 square feet. It's not going to happen. Columbus just opened, reopened 6,700 square feet, really exciting. First store to hit $1 million.
Yeah.
Woo! Not only on an annual basis in 2011, but also in the first 365 days they were open. I mean, that's really, really, really impressive. The thing we all need to focus on, and we'll get into the details of the conference, but is what I consider the 4 buckets of success in this business. The store experience. We need to stay focused on that. Customer service, cleanliness, fresh smelling, a good environment, clean, well-lit shopping environment. We need to keep that there. And it's hard as our stores grow, and we'll talk more about brand equity, but inventory management, that's kind of a no-brainer, right? There's a lot that goes to that, but as we'll talk about in the session this week, obviously, you guys have all heard me say this, the more you buy, the more you sell, as long as you're buying the right stuff. Stores doing $1 million, buying $1 million worth of inventory. Stores doing $400,000 are buying $400,000 of inventory. It's a direct correlation relationship to one another. And we need to manage it. And we're working to improve our inventory management skills in the inventory planning side of it. You need advertising and marketing. You need reach, you need consistency, you need frequency. You need to be on the right mediums within your market. That's a key. And then you've got financial management. Are your businesses building equity? Because that's important. Are you making money? Are you managing your expenses? There's not a lot of controllable expenses in this business, so we got to stay focused on making sure, and we continually work at it, on an operational standpoint to make sure that we are building equity within our businesses, because eventually there is going to be an exit strategy, whether it's selling or passing the business down, whatever it may be. So the reality comes down to whenever we do field visits or analyze a business or try to improve sales, or sales aren't going in the right direction, it falls into one of these 4 buckets. There's something that needs to be improved on, or something that's not being done correctly within one of these 4 buckets. So when you guys go back, or when you're talking this week to your fellow franchisees, listening to us, and you get back into your stores, think about these 4 buckets and what area in your business you can improve on. Because I guarantee everyone's got opportunity to improve, no one's perfect, and we can only strive to do better. Multi-store growth. Not only are we bringing in tons of new franchisees, which is really exciting because, like, as I look around this room, I said it's so fun to see fresh faces, but we want to help you grow this business. Can I see a raise of hand of anybody that just wants one store? Maybe 2, 3, 4. We are not against multi-store growth. We want you guys to grow. Everybody wants to grow. Everyone wants to make more money. Everybody wants to be successful. And so what we need to do is that we do appreciate it and we want you to get it. But we also want you to do it correctly. You know, we appreciate the investments and the capital and money you're putting into these businesses, and so we want to help you to make sure that it is done correctly and putting the pieces in place. You know, we've got great multi-store management tools. We're building our staff. We're going to have a great staff. Resale One is designed for multi-store management and is continuing to grow to help us. And so what we want to do, in addition to myself and our corporate staff, is help you to assist with that. And so with that said, I want to reintroduce Jim Woolman to kind of talk about our multi-store, well, how we've grown and the opportunities that we have. James?